Shalom Uvracha. Today we'll talk about Jerusalem, Day of Jerusalem in next week. So it's important to understand what we celebrate. It's a holy city, Jerusalem, and you probably already thought about, you pay attention that it's very weird expression, holy city. It's, it is oxymoron. Oxymoron, it's when you say two words that they contradict each other, like hot ice or black snow. It's so holy city. It's oxymoron. How it can be city with all how say biyuv, biyuv, that canalization, how say sewage. This is a part of this holiness. They have all kind of terrible things in city, and they have it's bad things and all this holy. It's like I say, holy market. How it can be market holy? If you talk about Jerusalem as some temple or some place that only good things there, okay, maybe, but that city, town, it cannot be holy. Like market, how it can be holy? So, what do we mean when we say about holy city? Maybe we talk about Jerusalem in the spiritual world, but not. Chazal said, no, Jerusalem downstairs. It's Jerusalem down. So, what it means? And more than that, Chazal said that Jerusalem in this world, in physical world, it's more important, more holy, if you can say like this, than Jerusalem in heaven. Christianity also talk about Jerusalem in heaven. You've heard about it, right? We say no. Chazal said Jerusalem here, with those stones and those roads. This is the place. So what it is, why it is. Now, I want to tell you something that you never heard in your life, but this is true. In Judaism, I'll say, from our childhood, we think that spirituality is more important than matter. And that's what we learn in school, in all our life. But pay attention that this world is created in this way, that matter is more important than spirit. For example, if you won't eat, you will die, and if you don't pray, you won't die. It's not accidentally that money so tempt us, and our pride and our other temptation much stronger than spiritual temptation. We almost don't have any spiritual temptation except of envy, that you envy that you are. But it's why Hashem create if it's spirituality more important than physical world. Why Hashem create this world that He so tempt us? And the thing is that we don't say like what usually people say like in childhood or when you ask those questions, or in other religions, in Buddhism or Christianity, other religions. Why it's you have tendency to physical world in order that you'll be stronger than physical things, stronger than your instinct, your feelings, your desires. You should struggle against of your temptation. You should win them. You should. Yeah. That's why Hashem created this world that it so strong calls us. But in Judaism it's different approach. We are different than all religions in this way. We believe that if there is something that call us to matter, it means that there is something in matter that it's more important and more and higher, more close to Hashem, to ideal, than spiritual world. Physical world more important than spiritual world. What we have in physical, why Hashem create something physical if everything can be spiritual? Why Hashem create something physical?
For themselves.
Huh?
For elevate more the level spiritual with Hashem. If you had something like the food, you can make it one barachot. The barachot elevation your soul in the level more higher.
Yeah, but why those brachot have to be connected to matter? You can say brachot without connection to matter. Yes, please.
I mean, what would be the point, right? If it's just a physical object, then it's a physical object. It's neither good or bad. You have to put in the spirituality into it.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I'm asking about matter itself. Why it was created something matter physically? Why it can be anything, everything spiritual?
Because we are both.
What?
Because we are both.
We are both. But why Hashem create matter? He can create only both us, only spiritual.
Because spiritual had an evil. If something had the one evil in spiritual, it's only this. Like the angels. The angels have one evil.
Yes.
This can go up more. It's still in there. But after this other angel more higher, another one more higher, another more higher.
Yeah, but you can start from angels and higher.
Yeah, but the angels can do it. But you humans can do it with the barachot, with the midot.
Yes, you're right. Brachot, midot, everything is fine. But you can start those brachot from spiritual.
We got the body only when there was...
Why we need body?
No,
That's what I'm asking.
Because there was a sin. Before it was all spiritual, but with the sin of Adam, it is written that Hashem gave us clothes in leather, which is
Yes, I'm asking.
And so there's been this separation between matter and spiritual, and so we went from everything spiritual in something material because we gave up this spiritual world by having this accepting the temptation of the tasting of.
So it was this punishment.
In a certain way, I think so.
Yeah.
That's why we couldn't come back, or Adam couldn't come back, because he said, no, you belong there, not here.
But in the end, Hashem wanted physical world
Yeah.
from Genesis, from the beginning. Yes. Why?
But
Why?
we learn from you that everything,
You're right.
everything was spiritual.
Yes, you're
it was
right.
just an idea.
You're
So
right.
now you're saying once
No,
the
I'm
physical.
not saying.
Ah.
I agree with you. Yes, everything was idea. But then, it's. I asked if it was part of plans of Hashem, part of His plan that will be physical world. And if yes, why? What we have from fact that is something physical? Why you cannot be everything spiritual?
Because probably
Only souls. Our souls will be here, like in.
because our perception of things, it belongs to the physical and not to the spiritual. So this is we can touch and see, but we are not capable yet, probably, to perceive something that is not.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Physical, it means something that it's sure, certain. Spiritual, it's not. Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe you're right, maybe not right. Physical, it's something have a border, something exact, something that you are sure. I have no doubt that I have something in my hand, but I have doubt in am I right or wrong in something. Spiritual, it's everything is spiritual. It's a question. Maybe you're right. Maybe you have this opinion. Maybe another opinion. But physical is something very strict. But also we know that Hashem, if Hashem create physical world, it's impossible that it will be something like something bad, something that disorder, or it was something. Hashem decided to create physical world in some point. Yes, He wanted physical, right? So it's impossible that it will be that some falling down. Before creation, everything was spiritual, and it wasn't good enough. The creation itself, it was elevation or it was opposite. A creation, Hashem said, in Genesis, in Bereshit bara Elokim, I want to create this world, physical. For Him, for this decision, it was for Him elevation or down.
By definition,
But
what Hashem
why
does is-
down? Why He should do something that He go down? Think about, if He's going down, why Hashem will do that? He is ideal, He is absolute, He is infinite, He is. So it's impossible that it will be something falling. Yes, please.
Isn't this the whole principle of Tzimtzum, that He is being humble, He's making space for us to exist by not it being just pure existence.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right, absolutely. But it doesn't answer to my question. I ask if it's the Tzimtzum itself. It was something good or bad. It was elevation, or it was how say opposite of elevation. This disgradation, like a
Well,
falling down.
has to be Tov Me'od, right?
טוב מאוד.
There's one discussion about the vehicle lens plane, why Hashem created the world and the good things and the bad things, because when you know what is the bad and what is the good things.
Yes.
If you only in the world is only good things, you never know what is the bad.
Yes. You're right. But my question is different. The creation itself, it was something good, it's better than it was before, or worse than it was before.
Is for becoming more better.
I would say different.
Different for good or for bad?
For good, obviously.
There are different things. You don't say good or bad, but they are different. We're talking
Why?
from spirit.
Each difference is there is connection to good or bad.
Yeah, but it's like I told you, Rabbi, if Hashem don't make this work, how Hashem know that all people is good? You need show. You need.
Yes, you're right. I am saying something else. My question is different. My question is, to create its world, something from nothing, it was good or bad?
Good.
What?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
How do you know?
And no, but you understand that it's opposite of what saying all religions? For them it's like a spirituality is good and physical is bad. So if it's bad, why you create bad? It's have to be something better than it was before.
Yeah.
So there is some benefit to physical world that is missing in spiritual world. Yeah, you agree with me?
Yes, I understand.
No.
No? Why?
No. The first thing is like if you had body and you ate something, at times you remember Hashem, you remember the name of Hashem, you remember to give you the thanks of Hashem. So you never spiritually come more up. You're looking for Him. But if you don't carry anything, you forget Him.
Okay. Our body, it's not something that it's like something that we are poor, we have bodies. No, it's good. And that's what it's written, that Hashem that secular is more holy than holiness. I know that I'm telling you weird things, but you should know. Our Chazal says that matter more important than spirit, and mundane more holy than holiness, than sanctity. More holy than sanctity. Maybe I'll read it to you. I know that it's difficult to understand in Hebrew, but you should know that you've heard that. I'll translate you. אור החיים הקדוש says that. ולפי זה יכוון הכתוב לומר, סדר הבריאה, לא זו אב זו בדרך חיבה, בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים. In Genesis, create Hashem a heaven. ועוד באה הבריאה יותר חביבה אצלו ומעולה יותר, והיא את הארץ. What is written in Genesis? in the beginning create Hashem heaven and heaven and the earth, right? That is what's written. So who is more important? Heaven? No, earth. Who says it? Or Chaim HaKadosh in his commentary to Book of Genesis in chapter 1, paragraph 22. Creation of the earth were more important than creation of sky, of heaven. And ואדרבה, השמיים תלויים בארץ. He says opposite. The sky, heaven, depend on earth. And also it's written in Tanhuma. Tanhuma it's also said Midrash of Chazal. It's written אמר רבי עמי, נתבע הקדוש ברוך הוא כשם שיש לו דירה למעלה, שתהיה לו דירה למטה. השם, הקדוש ברוך הוא were desired, נתבע, desired, that he should have place in down as he has an up. So there is something that Hashem's desire to have it. It is down, our world. And that's why it's impossible, logically, it's impossible to say what say all religious. I mean, all religious say, no, spirituality, holiness is better than mundane, and oh, Jews say opposite. Weird. So why until today, when they come and they say it to you, nobody told you that? Any rabbi or someone, teacher in Judaism, somebody, you've heard about this thing before? No. Never, right? Why? If it's so important, so you should say in first grade in school. Teacher should teach that. No, we don't teach that. It's a secret in some place. Why? And answer is that, but in order to explain you that, I have to teach you a little bit about nuclear physics. You'll learn a little bit nuclear physics. Look. How you build an atomic bomb? You build once an atomic bomb? Probably never, right? I too. But I learned how you can do that. Atomic bomb, it built from each atom, built from electrons. This is electrons, and they have non-electron. It's proton, and they have electrons. This is electron, and they fly around proton. And number of electrons and number of protons decided. It's like it's that's what say what kind of atom it is. That all together in this red thing, that's what it is, atom. Atom, it's not that. And here you can. It's not that. It's all that is atom, and this is electron. Okay. Now, if you split those protons, so the from splitting of proton coming out energy, very strong, a lot of energy. And if this energy goes little by little bit, it give you electricity, it give you power. But it's in once, immediately, explosion. This is the explosion of atomic bomb. And this bomb, it's very, very powerful. Let's say the amount of plutonium or radium or uranium, they are, it's a very small amount, about this big. Plutonium, it was a bomb in Hiroshima, Nagasaki. This is all bomb was much bigger. It was like big like this. Yes, but it's all machine to break this nuclear. But this thing is that's it. This bomb is very, very small, like this table approximately, this big. But a matter what was exploding. This is all matter. Now about 5 years after explosion of this first bomb in Japan, 5 years later, Russians in Russia, they find bomb that 100 times more stronger than atomic bomb. It was hydrogen bomb. And today, all bombs in the world, they are hydrogen bombs. They're not atomic bombs. They call it atomic, but really it's hydrogen bomb. Hydrogen bomb, it's something 111 times stronger, the same amount of matter, if you can say that. In the hydrogen bomb, there is no matter. It's like they try not to split atom, but opposite. Hydrogen bombs build from combination of two different protons in atom in hydrogen. When they then put together, this explosion very, very, very strong. And after Americans, they discovered also hydrogen bombs. Now, how they make this hydrogen? As I told you before, there is H, it's hydrogen atom, and another H, and they then put together. And the same also, energy, very, very strong energy comes from that. Okay? Now, it's how they can combine two different atoms. It's also impossible. How you can do that? It's there is such a strong power that they pull out each other that it almost there is no power in the world that can combine them. There is no such a thing except one. You know what? Atomic bomb. In each hydrogen bomb, there is an atomic bomb that start this process of combination in two atoms. It start by making little explosion, atomic explosion, that that make them that combine them together, stick them together. How it's all that connected to Jerusalem and to matter and to spirit? It's connected like this. Matter, it's much higher than spirit, no doubt. How do we know? Hashem create. Also, or Chaim HaKadosh says that, but we don't. I mean, the fact that Hashem create matter, he wasn't obligated to do something. He doesn't need to do something. If he decided to do something, it means that he decided that it will be better than it was before. So, and there are some qualities in matter that there isn't in spirit, and that's why Hashem created. But the problem is that matter is so strong that it can swallow you and make you be as a slave of matter. Matter is too strong for us, and that's why we need spirit in order to be able to manage with matter. So spirit for us, it's like an atom bomb in hydrogen bomb. You understand what I say? It's understandable what I'm explaining. It's difficult to explain. Okay. We learn in school, and teacher told you, and rabbis told you all the time, spirit, go to spirit, spirit more important than matter, and all, and holy, and the sanctity is more important than mundane. They told you that in order to save us, that matter won't capture us. But when you understood idea of spirituality and of holiness, then you can use that for something more, much stronger, and that is matter. And that's why in Judaism, to get married, it's not a sin. It's good. In Catholic Christianity, they say no, it's sin. You shouldn't do that. Why? It should be spiritual. You should belong to. And that's why in India, and in not only India and China and Japan and all the world, they relate to matter something bad, and that's why you should live in nirvana. You should live in the spiritual world. So your physical world will be always disgusting. You don't like it. You don't want this physical world. That's why India wouldn't improve, wouldn't develop, because to develop in physical world, what it is physical? We want to be connected to God, to gods. And in Judaism we say no, physical, that is more important than spiritual. But it's dangerous. Yes, it's dangerous to live in a physical world. Why? Because this physical world can sweep you out. Sweep you out. But if you know how to manage this physical world. Of course, it's much stronger and much more holy than just sanctity. And that's why we want to build physical temple, not spiritual, like Christianity says all the time. Yeah? We have to be spiritual Jerusalem, spiritual temple, spiritual world. No, we say we want to fix this world, to bring happiness to people in this world, not in the world to come, not in the future, today, as much as quickly you can. We want litaken olam b'malchut Shaddai. We want to fix the world, physical. How all that connected to Jerusalem? Jerusalem, it's a symbol of physical world. And that's why it's written that Hashem wanted Jerusalem, not upper Jerusalem, not holy Jerusalem. He wanted to make physical Jerusalem should be holy. Not that it's holiness like a Vatican, like we are just prayer. No, we want to build Jerusalem with canalization, with all this, with everything with train, with markets, and with and Beit Cafe, like a coffee, everything, but with ideas of to do something good in this coffee shop, in these universities, in this market, in this army, in these hospitals. We want to elevate the meaning of matter. For that we need spirituality. For that we need Torah and mitzvot. But our goal is not to just to sit and learn Torah. Our goal, pay attention, everything that we say. What is our goal? That we sit and be and pray all the life, all the day, from day. That is our great aim? No. Our great aim is to fix the world, to be good physical world, to be good state and nation, and to influence to all people in the world, that they will have happy physical life. And they won't be like a slave of matter, of mundane. That's why we need to learn Torah. And all our mitzvot, they are connected to matter. And that is, and Jerusalem is symbol of combination, spirituality and physical. כעיר שחוברה ליחדיו. And we say, there is a very famous expression, and there is a song, כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר השם מירושלים. So the idea of Dvar Hashem is more important than Torah. And Chazal says that in the future, Hashem will give us new Torah. New Torah, it's not New Testament. New Torah, it means that new approach to Torah, new understanding of Torah, new idea of Torah. It will be this, of course, the same Torah. Chaz v'chalil, nothing will change, but your understanding. And this new level of Torah, new understanding, living of Torah, not just learning Torah, but living Torah, that what called in Pasuk, Dvar Hashem. And that's what we say. Ki mitzion titzeh just Torah. Just Torah. But Dvar Hashem, words of, like a thing of Hashem, words of Hashem, will go out from Jerusalem. Its level much higher than Tzion. Ki mitzion titzeh just Torah, but Dvar Hashem Yerushalayim. That's what we celebrate. Day of unification of matter and spirit, of holiness and mundane. That's it.